personality comes in a different forms and sizes, different packages. Everybody has their own personality, right? So out of your own personality, whether you possess those qualities to make a good officer, that is what the judgment is. I was very fresher beginner, it was my first attempt, and I had no experience of any real interview as such in my entire life. I had not faced an interview board, I have not faced, apart from the vivas that happen in the college, I have not faced anything of that sort. So I think जब मैं इसे पीछे मुड़ के देखता हूँ मुझे लगता है कि बेस्ट स्ट्रेटेजी होनी चाहिए कि आप अपने आप से ऑनेस्ट हैं. Everybody has different personality. There is not a single mold out there which one can tell you that this succeeds and this does not.
99% of UPSC prep feels like you are studying. Only 1% actually moves you forward. The trick? Knowing the difference. At Vision IS Delhi GS Foundation, that 1% is the entire design. Classes that connect facts to frameworks. So study becomes thinking. PT 365 and Mains 365 that teach what matters, not what exists. Tests that turn mistakes into patterns, not panic. Mentorship that trims noise before it turns into burnout. A structure where even revision has intent. Stop calling it hard work if it is not progress. Join Vision IS GS Foundation course, also available through live or online classes. Batches starting at Karol Bagh, Delhi on 12 November at 8 am and 25 November at 5 pm. For more information, visit our website or call us on the given numbers.
So the sixth person has come, so it's like really crowded now. Have you guys cleared mains? No. So in what stage you are? Like completely beginners? In between. You have given mains cleared. How many of you have cleared mains before? No one? How many of you have attempted mains before? No. Completely beginners. Cleared prelims? No. Attempted? So your first attempt will be next year. And what about you? You have attempted once. What about you? First attempt next year. What about you? Next year. Oh, excellent. So this is a really good time to discuss about the personality test, per se. I'll tell you why. Because what do you understand by what UPSC tests in the personality test, anyways? It's not something that can be developed in 2 months or 3 months or overnight. After clearing mains. So once you clear mains, panicking about the interviews and the personality test, it doesn't really yield much results. but you are at a perfect position, perfect place where you can begin, right? So, what is your like understanding of what UPSC does and what UPSC tests?
Amazing. Actually, according to me, sir, UPSC tries to understand who you are actually and how you can serve the country. Through exams and through this preparation, UPSC tries to understand everything about us.
Right, right. What good is your understanding?
So, good morning.
Good morning.
So, I think UPSC is oriented towards the depth of understanding of an individual, along with that, the conceptual clarity. That's what I understand.
According to me, UPSC tests are values like decision making and other values like aptitude and all of that.
Really good.
They just want to check your in-depth personality.
What does that mean? Personality, as in it's a very vague terminology, don't you think? Is the language good for all of you? English? Okay.
Personality as in like how your decision making is, how you react to the things, and what information or what implications you think for such conditions.
Okay. Okay. So all of you are like, I would say, correct. And it's not a holistic understanding of what UPSC does, but all of you are correct in bits and pieces, right? So what we say that UPSC tests your OLQs, officer like qualities, whether you have them. They don't expect you to act like officers outrightly. That's not possible. But whether you can be groomed and you can be put in that position where you can take good decisions, you can take good administrative decisions in crisis, and how will you conduct yourself in public sphere. That's also important, right? So all these parts, all this forms a part of your personality, whether your personality is suitable to be the face of the governance in the country. Is it not? What kind of decisions you are taking, how you think, how you analyze the situations around you, and most importantly, how much you are aware, how much you are listening, and how much you make sense of what is happening around you, isn't it? So many a times, and the preparation for the personality tests and sort of the candidates, they obsess over how to sit, and where to keep their hands, and in what manner. It's really when I was just before interview, I was told that you should make eye contact with everyone in the board, while answering. So I found it really funny, like looking just like that. So anyway, such feedback mechanizes you. It gives you a feeling that you must, look at the process in a very mechanical way, and not really be yourself out there. So I think that's not a correct approach to go towards it. So personality comes in a different forms and sizes, different packages. Everybody has their own personality, right? So out of your own personality, whether you possess those qualities to make a good officer, that is what the judgment is for, right? There are 5, 6 people sitting there, and they will ask you different questions. That is how it goes. And those questions can come from your background, they come from your what you have written in your form, or otherwise just simple, what is happening around, you in that particular date and time. From wherever those questions come, at the end of the day, the question itself is not, the main part of the story. You know? How you deal with that question, how you approach that question, that is the main part of the story. How you will analyze the problem that is being presented in front of you, and whether you will be able to, deal with it in a positive mindset, right? And what kind of problem solver are you, or are you even a problem solver? That's what makes the difference at the end of the day. It's my understanding. So I'll tell you what I did. I really, just got bothered so much about the advice that was given to me. And at the end of the day, the advice became so much that I said, no, this is getting too much of a stress. So I just forgot all of it. I just sat there, did not think about a single thing without stress, and whatever was asked to me, I answered truthfully and honestly, and to my best understanding, respectfully. Right? There are a couple of instances where I had to disagree with the board, and not only just the board, the chairman of the board, I had to disagree with him. Not an issue. I did it respectfully, and at that particular time, I thought that this is not going to go through for me. So I have angered him, or maybe I have touched a sensitive nerve there. So maybe I have lost this attempt at interview. So then I become freer, like I got liberated. नहीं अब तो ठीक है मतलब. Let's be yourself. So I think that worked for me at the end. I was very fresher beginner. It was my first attempt, and I had no experience of any real interview as such in my entire life. I had not faced an interview board. I have not faced, apart from the vivas that happen in the college, medical college, I had not faced anything of that sort. So I think जब मैं ऐसे पीछे मुड़ के देखता हूँ तो मुझे लगता है कि बेस्ट स्ट्रैटेजी होनी चाहिए कि आप अपने आप से ऑनेस्ट हैं टू व्हाट यू आर आंसरिंग टू हाउ यू आर प्रेजेंटिंग योरसेल्फ. So now, because it's a very small group, so we can just, probably, hear from you, right? For say, if I want to ask you, what do you feel about the pollution issue in Delhi?
I think there should be some committee to understand the problem because it's repetitive and it's since long it's happening, right?
Mhm.
So some committee should be there to uh, take some steps in a very advanced manner. Like we have research institutions like IIT here and many of the research institutes, so we can find best.
Do you feel there is lack of research in this area?
Not research exactly. I think implementation in large aspect because it's not gonna change. I think.
So if there is no lack in the of research in the area, then where is your answer headed to?
I guess the implementation and like.
Sorry, I'm not really trying to discourage you. You are very good. You have a very good personality. You are pass in the personality test. But I'm just telling you, like, uh, for this particular issue, maybe the interviewer is not, asking for you to suggest more research. You know, probably how you will deal with this problem, what kind of measures going forward. Whether you should, I think you should go look in that direction more, isn't it? Because let's be honest, when you deal with pollution, the issue of pollution, do we lack any research? Is there any paucity of research? Information की कोई paucity है? Daily you are getting figures, right? How much of they measure pollution daily? Those figures are out daily. What is it called? AQI, air quality index, right? Do we not know the issues that are causing it? Do we know? What about you? Do we know?
Yes, sir.
What are the issues that causes it?
Industrial pollution
Mm-hmm.
and concentration of various building dust materials,
Mm-hmm.
agricultural pollution that come from Punjab, Haryana.
Excellent. So see, you have all this information with you, right? So organize that information. Hmm? Like when I asked you, you took that pause. It's a good habit. No? Take that pause. 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Pause. Organize your thoughts, your information. You have this data with you because you have studied for it, right? You have cleared mains. That means you have that subject matter inside. So why won't you try to organize it? So now we know the causes: industrial pollution, maybe automobiles, maybe the burning of crops. So then why not go in that direction, outlining the causes and what we can do about it, right? So now, yeah, please, what we can do about all this?
My contribution.
Yes, sir. Sir, according to my thinking, I think the pollution, we can change it in a actually changes start from us. If for the pollution, some implementation also responsible. With that also we ourselves are responsible. Like I am being an environmental scientist as a student. My graduation is from environmental science.
Oh, I
So-
give the mic to the correct person then, huh?
Then, sir, we have visited so much discarded area where there the dustbins all are discarded there. We have seen there. We have gone through a lot there. Then I think, sir.
Have a chair to sit. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So I think, sir, if indoor can that much pollution free. I am not telling about air pollution. I am environmental pollution. If Indore is that much pollution free, then why not Delhi? Because we are actually I am not that much fluent in English, so I am trying to tell in English.
See, again, the language and communication, they are two separate, areas.
Yes, sir.
So, if you are not good in language, that's the area you can work on, no issue, no problem. But more important is working on communication, right? So, even if you are talking to a person who is completely unaware of what language you speak, you should be able to communicate with them in one way or the other. So do not feel discouraged because, or be conscious because you are maybe not proficient with the long language as such, but try to make sure that the communication is going through. Focus on that. That will relax your mind a little bit more.
And can you tell in both languages, bilingual, kabhi English, kabhi Hindi, ऐसे?
That actually depends. I see the you don't know the people who are in the board. You don't know them beforehand. So if you have chosen a medium of language, say for example a particular language you have chosen, there might be a person on the board who might not be proficient in other language which you will try to speak,
Yes.
right? So you can take that decision beforehand. Like you can switch the language if you are not comfortable with that language as such. You can switch the language. I think that has to be done before mains. So you can take that decision. It does not matter which language you are giving your interview in. What they do is that they put a translator there. So that can be done. But speaking sometimes in one language, sometimes in other, some of the people might feel that they are not able to understand,
Okay, sir.
right? And you are not there to make the board feel excluded in the conversation, right?
Sir, according to me, change can be started from within, from us. Like we are also responsible for that much. How government and some other organizations are also responsible, not taking that much serious. I think. Because suppose we are in Delhi and this is a highly density populated area. Everybody is coming here for their job and all these things. And if we are we can use electric vehicle instead of our own vehicle, we can use also that. In that way we can reduce that heavy traffic. At the same time we can give a little bit relax to our mother earth. And that the 2 3 points my fellow has said, like
Good.
crop.
Good. So, so you are discussing about the vehicles, automobiles. So you are saying it's our choice, and we can make that choice to choose the vehicles which don't cause that much of pollution, right? So, did you observe that I just summarized your discussion into the three sentences, right? So, being to the point also helps, right? And don't is important. Communication wise, we are taking enough pauses in between, and we are making ourselves clear to the other person. This is the most important aspect of preparing for interviews, right? Are you used to conveying your point efficiently or not? And how do you improve it? Practice. Practice. So if you guys are preparing for UPSC, and please start preparing for interviews right now, because that habit will not come to you overnight. Make a good group, and start discussing with each other and take feedback from each other, and how well I do communicating this particular. I'm sorry, did I I'm not doing all this to discourage all of you, right? So it's just to help you out in that area, right? It's just me trying to help, not discourage, right? So ऐसा नहीं है कि हम में कुछ कमियां नहीं है, हम लोग लेकिन हम लोगों को जितनी समझ है हम लोग उतना हेल्प करने की आपकी मदद कर रहे हैं, ठीक है ना? सो प्लीज डोंट माइंड अप, यू आर लाइक डरा रहे हो मुझे, है ना? यू आर गेटिंग वेरी इंटेंस स्टेयर. So yes, practice, communicate, try to be succinct and effective when you are communicating the point. So that is why take a pause. What exactly you are trying to convey. So I'm trying to convey that using electric vehicles would help the cause of the pollution, right? So I can begin the answer the way she started. I feel the change should start from us, and I feel we should make better choices when we select our mode of transport, and we should head towards the greener technologies and electric vehicles, and slowly and steadily replace our automobiles, especially in the cities which are facing the problem of pollution, with these technologies don't which are not pollution intensive.
I believe that pollution or air pollution, which is so much in Delhi, it's because of few points. Like, first of all, we lack of proper enforcement agencies. Like, we know that while construction, we have to cover it with green curtains or this, but we don't see it like implemented on ground. So first of all, we have to make enforcement agencies which like carry out this kind of missions properly. Second of all, I think like people in India or Delhi, they are less concerned about air pollution. Like 20 to 30% they are. We know that AQI is 500, 600, but very few people are wearing mask or taking proper what to say, precautions to
Pause.
to
So it's all right that you feel that people need to do more. Is that what you're trying to say?
yeah.
Right? So why not give a positive spin on it? Let's say that people need to be educated more, right? So did it sound better or not?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Then I think like we have to focus on our geography. Delhi's geography, which is like it's a bowl shape covered by Aravallis, and that because of that air which is captured in Delhi, it doesn't goes out. So we should like when pollution increases to 500, 600 AQI, we should focus on like short term as well as long term effects. Short term is like cloud seeding or doing that water cannons using, but for long term like we have to bring proper vehicle policies, focusing more on charging stations so that people go more for EVs. And finally I think like India, it lacks proper what to say, public transport system, because a study shows that India needs at least approximately I guess 10 lakhs public transport buses, but we have around 3.
Pause. Data, is it confirmed?
Yeah, I studied just few days ago, but
It's good. You're good on that data.
yeah.
Data, if you are throwing in an answer, so make sure that you know your data well, because somebody sitting in the panel might know the data and might catch your bluff, right? If you're bluffing. He is saying he's not bluffing because he knows I am not read it, So that was a good call, but yes, be cautious while using the data. Use the data which you know for sure is true. Go ahead.
So developing better public transport encourages people to leave their vehicles and go for.
Excellent.
That's it.
Very good. So again, it's okay to point out the improvements in general public as such, or anyone, the authorities or whatever, but try to be positive about it. What you will do about it if the public is unaware, you as an officer, what you will do? You will try to educate, invest more in public education, maybe, drive that change with public participation. There are things you can do. So maybe as an interviewer, we would like to hear more of that sort out coming from you. Now, again, I would like to say, practice being succinct, right? So the usage of public transport, it's a very important point, perhaps the star of your argument. But it came at a point where, probably, the interviewer has already made up his mind about how much you know about the thing. So again, the organizing the thought has this one also more crucial aspect, that you organize your thoughts according to the importance, what you want to say. So you said about the education of the public in general, and then using green technologies in automobile, and usage of public transport. Which one do you think produces the quickest of results? Sorry? Absolutely. So it should be the star of your argument, isn't it? So that is the difference between an ordinary argument and an argument which impresses. And that one has to practice through communication. And don't leave it to the time period when you are about to face interview in 1 month and 2 months, because maybe by that time you will not be able to develop all these skills. But you guys are at a very correct time period, time position to begin preparing for this. Nahin? Yes, You would like to contribute something?
Yes, sir. Yes, I want to contribute. First of all, I want to say you something that before criticizing us, don't feel that we are feeling bad that you are criticizing, because positive criticism is vital for the development of democracy
So kind of you to
and
say.
individual
I'm just
persons.
glad that I'm like you are taking it positive.
Yes, sir.
Got it.
And other initiatives that we can take, sir, in chimneys of industries, we can incentivize them to use zigzag technology to reduce NO2 and SO2
Excellent.
emissions.
Excellent. So he came up with a very specific solution for a very specific problem, and that shows that he has read about it with intent and depth.
And in related to construction sites, we can learn from the China, which uses circular dome technology in construction site to reduce mixing of dust particles to the air, and capturing of dust particles, particulate matter from air, and store in underground. We can use these things and incentivize Punjab.
Somebody
Haryana.
might get curious about the technologies you are saying
Yes,
in the
sir.
board.
Yes,
So
sir.
now I'm getting curious. Can
Yes,
you
sir.
explain about this dome technology a little bit?
Yes, sir. Surrounding, like this is a construction site, we create a dome surrounding it, so that whether any dust particular or small particulate matter does not go outside that boundary.
Will it be cost effective though?
It depends on, we can use other viable technologies so that it will be cost effective. We can use clothes surrounding.
So yes, you're right. So what you are trying to say is we give it our own spin on this
Yes,
technology,
sir.
maybe modify it accordingly so that it becomes cost effective.
Yes, sir.
So this is how you can put it,
Yes, sir.
right? To put it forward so that it comes across in an effective manner.
Okay, sir.
Excellent, very good. I like your thought process. Good. So yes, you would like to say something about it?
I think the vehicle pollution is in Delhi is the main reason of the pollution. So we can implement some policies to reduce the vehicle pollution. Like I remember the odd even policy which was implemented earlier.
Okay. So that takes out half of the vehicles out of the
Yes.
road at any given time. Okay.
So it will drastically reduce the pollution level.
What about you?
Sir, I feel the pollution problem is multifaceted, so we have to give multifaceted solutions to it. First, being psychological nudge. We have to make people understand that we need to contribute towards the society and the country as a whole by taking few steps back. For example, not using vehicles for short distances as we read in school time, and so these kind of psychological nudges. And second being the Punjab stubble burning problem. So I think there came a solution regarding it in the recent past, but the implementation error is something which is concerning. And third is the industrial pollution. We have to work on it because it's been long time that it's a continuous problem.
So
we
it's
can,
curious that you should bring about the issue of stubble burning in
Yes.
the farms. So let's discuss about that probably. So what do you think should be the solution?
So first of all, I think governments shouldn't be blaming each other on this. Like we see, multiple state governments are blaming
So maybe
each other.
you can put it in such a way that there should be a collaborative effort from the different governments.
Yes, sir. And
Sounds better?
yes, sir.
So there can be a collaborative effort from the different state governments, which can be coordinated by the central government probably. Yes.
Sir, and I think awareness campaigns must be arranged in the states like Haryana and Punjab, so the students, also the students from the school level itself, must be learned how to deal with this problem, so they convey the
But how to
solutions.
deal with the problem? What is the solution?
So I
Awareness is, yes, one facet, but what is it that you will make them aware about? So, yes, did you observe that I asked you a solution, right? And you missed out the star detail of the answer, exactly what one must do. If I am a farmer, you are an officer coming in my village on a visit. I am about to burn the stubble. So you are here to make me aware. Please don't do it. And I ask you, then tell me what to do. So if you don't know the answer to the question, then there is an art of respectful denying also, right? I'm sorry, I'm not aware about the issue, but I'll study about it further. I'll read about it further to educate myself. Something on those lines, not exactly those words though. So you don't know what to do.
so actually right now I am not able to.
Good. So there is no need to be defensive about it. Is there any being on this earth who knows everything about everything? No, right? So, but respectfully putting that out without being defensive or without making it look as if you feel ashamed of yourself somehow. That's very important. So, when you will practice the communication with your peers, make sure you practice this also. It's also very important, right? So, there is no, they might tell you otherwise, but no person selected in UPSC who has attempted 100% of questions in their interview. Whoever says so is not really, being honest. So nobody attempts 100%. At some point or the other, you have to tell the board that you are not aware of, the information, or you are not able to put it together right now or recollect right now. So it's important to articulate that in such a way that you don't become defensive. You don't come across as you have lost the nerves and have panicked or lost your confidence. Nothing of that sort.
Sir, I have a question. Like
Yeah.
speaking or discussing the things among the peer group is a different thing, I guess, and speaking to a expert or senior is a
Yes,
different
I
thing.
do agree. So, to which of these we have easy access to? Yes, so we should start from there, right? And then gradually, when you are confident that you are coming across as a very efficient communicator in your peer group, then maybe seek out people who are authoritative, or you find them a little bit intimidating. You know? Then once you are able to cross these people off your list, find some people who you find extremely intimidating, right? Then once you cross them also off the list, then you go and face the interview board.
I think so. All stakeholders should come at one place and they discuss the.
No, my question is still hanging in the air. What is the solution? Oh, you have the solution? Yes. Please.
The government recent focus is to impose fine on the farmers who are using burning their crop residues, and but this is not creating deterrence among them. They are using innovation, doing this at night so that satellite cannot capture this. So we have to use another techniques, incentivize them for biodecomposers, and
Yes. So you see, it's very simple. We all have learned all of this in our schools, right? So it's a organic material. It decomposes, and it decomposes and produces something that is useful.
yes, sir.
So why not go that way, right?
And we should also provide them happy seeder machines.
So Were you sure that I was done talking? Maybe you were, but please don't. Again, please take it positive here. I don't mind. I am a very chill person, but in interview board, please let the other person, especially if he is from the board, to just finish what they have to say. Maybe they are suggesting something to you. Maybe they are asking a question, or maybe they are expressing this disagreement. Whatever it is, you have to let them complete, right? So don't take it. I don't mind. चलो आगे क्या बोल रहे हो? Yes, so it decomposes. So now maybe I'll ask the next question. Like, do you know any schemes which would assist in, constructing some structures which will help in decomposition of these materials where they can be collected and decomposed and produce something useful? Do you know any government schemes in that area which will help people to go ahead in this direction? I know for sure that you know, right?
Yes, sir.
Pause. I know for sure that you know, but now it's the next skill in communication to put two and two together in an extremely stressful situation where you are faced with an interview board, right? And yes, you must pause for 10-20 seconds. Make sure to yourself that what you're thinking is on the correct lines. In my experience, the interview board gives you time to think. They're not monsters. They do give you time to think, and they first of all they will try to make you easy in your chair, right, and put you at ease. Very few people are in the interview board. Very few people are which will put you under a stressful condition, maybe to test you out, not to genuinely trouble you. But yes, pause for 10-20 seconds. Think that what you're saying is the correct solution. And I know all of you know about that scheme, but you are just not able to put two and two together. That's all right. But yes, what are you saying?
Sir, do you talking about ethanol blending?
How a farmer sitting in a village will be able to see that is a product byproduct of organic material, sure. But how will he able to produce ethanol in his farm? You have to give him a solution which is accessible to him right there and there in his field. Otherwise, there will be an acceptability issue, right? You will educate them like do this and you will go back. But if the solution is too fancy and too unpracticable or non-practical, then it will not be followed for long. Anything else? Simplicity is the key. You know all this.
Making of biofertilizers and manures.
Yes. So which scheme helps you do that?
A scheme I am not able to recall right now, sir.
Madam, you were saying something?
No, sir, I'm not telling you about the scheme. But related to this, I want to say something.
Yes, sure, go ahead. But my question is still hanging in the air, so maybe somebody else.
There is a scheme of zero budget natural farming related to that.
Yes, no.
So actually, I want to quote something here. In 12th NCERT, there is an example of some farmer like Ramesh Dagar name from Sonipat, Haryana, and he focused his total farming and everything with zero residue process. Like
Excellent.
yes.
So thank you for that example. It really says something that these things can be tackled at the farm level, right? So now, please enlighten me because my question is still hanging in the air. What does it take to make manure out of the organic material?
Sorry, sir, again please.
Sorry?
Again please, sir, question.
what do you need to do to make manure out of organic material? I give you manure, organic material, and ask you to make some fertilizer, like organic fertilizer out of it. What do you need to do?
We need to decompose.
How? Sorry?
It's a pit.
Absolutely. Simple and fine. So you need to dig a pit, put that material inside, you need to cover it and let it rot and create manure, right? So which scheme allows you to dig pits? Absolutely. Thank you so much for answering that question. It's so simple. Did you not know about this scheme? You had this information. Did you know that such work is done under Manrega? You had that information. Just putting two and two together, right? So, and it also comes after practice. So, it's the easiest solution to disposing the organic material is to create something useful out of it. And the technologies are simple and the technologies are available, right? So it's a manner of acceptance from the farmers because you are asking them to do something extra, right? Some extra work. So to get that extra work out of them, you need to tell them why that work is needed. And here is where you come into the picture, the motivator, the administrator, and someone who can drive the change, convince people to do this. Right? So again, there is this another technology which converts this stubble into something that can be consumed by the animals, right? Small pellets. So it's nice if you know that also.
And say we can also make organic plates and straws.
Out of that stubble, good.
Startups are doing like
Startups are doing it.
Yeah, so government can encourage them to like give some more
Excellent.
fundings.
So keep such information handy. Whenever such questions come into picture, you can get it out. And these things are much more important than how do you sit and how do you do all that. So yes. So again, now should we? You see, we can take an entire discussion of half an hour on just single issue, है ना? सो इसीलिए जो है वो इम्पॉर्टेंट है कि आप जो भी पढ़ रहे हैं अपने आसपास या जो भी करंट अफेयर्स में चीज़ें आप आसपास अपने देख रहे हैं उसको इंटरव्यू के लिए स्पेशली पर्सनालिटी टेस्ट के लिए यू हैव सम इन डेप्थ नॉलेज अबाउट and not just in-depth knowledge, you build your own opinions about it as an informed and educated person. You form an opinion and you develop an art to put that opinion forwards in a most efficient and most succinct manner. That is what works, right? Alright, so now we are discussing farms and farmers and also the government is constantly trying to improve the incomes of the farmer. So what are your thoughts about it? Yes, we will again start with the man himself.
So they should continue the schemes.
Continue the schemes. Is that so which schemes you think one should continue or one should discontinue?
PM Kisan Samman Nidhi.
What is that scheme about?
I just don't have that much information about it, but
Yeah, so you spoke too quickly, first of all.
okay.
I feel, you didn't pause and you didn't organize the. See, now when we'll discuss, you'll realize that you have all that information, right? because it's not rocket science. It's just something that we read around us and we are aware of all of it. So again, pause, organize. Okay? So what was my question? How do you increase the income of farmers? What are your thoughts about it?
MSP.
Still want to contribute? Okay. No, you can if you have something to say.
Sir, I think that for MSP we have like less group of crops, and this we should increase the what to say, spectrum of MSP.
Ambit of MSP.
Yeah, and after like farmers are doing like growing rice or paddy that are less labor intensive crops, because including labor it costs them so much. And but if we connect Manrega with farming, like a farmer who is growing any kind of crop which is labor intensive, and we can connect with Manrega, they will go work and government will pay for them, so that we can like grow some plants, food products which are exported from outside and become independent. Besides that, I believe like growing rice or any kind of which one we are exporting out, like rice. It consumes so, very much water. Like for 1 kg of rice, we have to use 10,000 liters of water, which is not good for our environment.
So you see, I hear 2 points from your discussion. So first is about converging different schemes so that they benefit the farmer more. Is it alright?
No, actually Manrega is like if any labor doesn't get job for 100 days, he will get be paid. He will be paid. So if
Thank
he
you for
goes,
letting me know. But isn't the argument about efficient convergence of schemes so that the farmer benefits? The sense of your argument, right? And the second is about reducing the input cost. So why not put it that way? Be succinct, right? So what he's trying to say is there are valid points. Reducing the input cost. If you want something to be something to produce more profits or more benefits in the end, reducing the input cost can be one very efficient measure, right? So let's start to try to put it in a way that it becomes more understandable for the other. So person should not have to actively try to understand your point. It should come across very easily and in an organic way. Got it? And second is about schemes like Manrega, which can give remuneration to the farmers while they work on their field. So it's an interesting thought because I do know certain interventions like this which have worked really well. For example, plantations, right? So the government encourages farmers to do plantations of the fruits and all those kind of trees in between their farmland, right? Leaving spaces for the regular crops. And for those plantations and to take care of those trees, they are given the labor, payments for under Manrega. Something similar to what you were saying? Yes. So again, organizing the thoughts. What you are going to say, right? Yes. Anyone else?
Government should focus on 2 aspects. First is the productivity of crop, and second is the marketing aspects, so that they can get better prices. In productivity aspect, more focus should be on only in crops. There should be focus on livestock, poultry, meeting these things also to improve the productivity. And in crop productivity increasement, there is need for high yielding seed varieties, providing pesticides and fertilizers, and the use of organic farming, zero budget natural farming to reduce input costs, and use of biotechnology. It is encouraged by government also by PLI schemes incentives. So farmers should be encouraged by farmer producer organizations so that they can get better remuneration, and I can think that only.
Very good. And again, very good arguments, well put, very efficiently, and concluded in a way that you were carrying yourself throughout the answer confidently, and you know, as impressive as your answer was. Don't think, yeah, I can think like that.
Yes, sorry sir, interrupt.
Then yes, it's forgiven. I really like the way of it. Yeah, you were saying?
Sir, I want said marketing aspects right now. There is marketing aspect. Government is using.
But the ship has sailed to her now. To pass your mic. We have already praised you. We have already given you full marks. Now, what more do you want? Sure.
Actually, I want to tell one thing. During some marketing strategy, I think, sir, I don't know exact data of that, but the farmers are allowed to sell some quantity. Like there is fixed quantities, 1 ton and anything. I don't know exact data. They can only sell that much. They can only sell that much to suppose in a village there is something like. Sorry, I couldn't able to recall that what that is actually called. Then they are sell the farmers used to sell their products there, and that is very limited quantity. Suppose they produce n number of tons, and but they are just strict to sell some quantity. I think if they can sell their total product to that in that cost, they will that will help them.
Okay, so there is a constraint about the quantity that they can sell in the market, is it?
Yes.
Who has put those constraints on them?
Sir, it's from government. Like suppose some because every farmers produce their products and they can sell some.
Okay, so if such regulations are there, maybe try to find out the reason behind those regulations, right? So maybe there is some justification, maybe not. Yeah? So you try to find about it. So that will make your information well balanced, right?
Sir,
Yeah.
just one point. I want to say that. Sir, suppose rice is 20, just for an example, rice is 20 per kg. They can sell in the market to the government where they can sell rice is just in the raised price.
Fixed quantity they can.
Yes, sir. Suppose 40, they can in the range of 40 per kg, they can sell to that amount. That range.
Can you think about any logical reason? I'm not really aware of the exact reason, but can you just think about anything which can be the cause behind this regulation?
Maybe, sir, it is the thing. Suppose 100 farmers are there in a village, and government will take some fixed amount from all those. Because
What if one farmer has 100 acres and 50 farmers have 1 acres each? So how will
but
that?
it is equal to all that they can sell a fixed amount.
So
of
who will
quantity.
benefit more in this particular scheme of things which you are saying?
Yes.
Make the quantity unlimited. Who will benefit more?
Oh, sorry, that.
Maybe there is some reason. I'm not aware myself about such regulations, but if they are, maybe there is a logic behind it. So that is the key to be well-rounded in your information. And when you present yourself in front of the interview board, they might point this out. And if you didn't know, then you should accept it, and you should thank them for giving you that information, which has changed your point of view, maybe.
In the UPSC personality test, it's not just what you say, it's how you express it. Clarity can outshine complexity. confidence can outweigh hesitation, and a single well-framed answer can define your impression. That's why the Vision IAS Personality Development Program 2025 is designed to sharpen your presence, polish your communication, and turn expression into your strongest asset. Starting 11th November, it's your pathway to master the final stage of UPSC. Here's how we help you crack the code. Decode the panel. Understand what interviewers seek and frame authentic, structured responses. Elevate your expression. Speak with poise, clarity, and conviction. DAF-driven preparation. Personalized mentoring to align your background and choices with impactful answers. Strategic mentorship. Learn from toppers and officers who have walked the same path. Because in that final room, it's not just knowledge that speaks, it's clarity, conviction, and character that defines your success. For more information, visit our website or call us on the given numbers.
So,
Sir,
yeah.
sir, I think I couldn't able to express the exact thing. There is a price range. Suppose in a high price, farmers can sell their products in that fixed quantity. Then
Yes.
they can sell their other products in the low range to the market. This is the thing.
Understood. Yes.
Sir, there are a few problems which we have to solve in order to increase the income. The first being small and marginal land holdings. This is something which has been a persistent problem in India even before independence.
Right.
So the solution being cooperative farming. What we can do is we can make groups of
Excellent.
small and marginal farmers
Yes.
who can come together and they can make the produce in huge quantities. And then ultimately they will be in a beneficial position.
Right.
And the second being, so there is a debate around Green Revolution, the second 2.0. So this is something which we can think of. Because if you look at the first Green Revolution, the situation of Punjab, Haryana belt, it basically got improved. The farmers are in a better position. So we can do that same for the rice belt of India. And so along with that, we can focus on other things which are the technological aspects. We can provide good technologies to the farmers at beneficial, cost-efficient rates so that they are able to purchase them and then they are able to use it. Thank you.
Very nice. What's your name? Avneet. What's your name?
Ankit Dixit.
Ankit. Ankit and Avneet, their communication skills are very good, I would say. So keep it up, first of all, and this is how it should all come across. The information should be organized and presented, and should be easier to grasp. You assume that the person sitting in front of you does not have your full attention. Maybe 50%, 60% is listening to you, 30-40% is thinking about something else. In that limited span of time, within that limited span of attention that you got of the person, you need to communicate your point. So that is where being succinct and being to the point counts. Enough? You wanted to say something? You have mic in your hand.
We can encourage farmers for the competitive farming so that they can cultivate high quality and those are.
So now that has already been put across. So now I would want to hear about any initiatives you already know which encourages this cooperative kind of a model of farming. I think one he already mentioned, Ankit, right?
Yes, sir.
Right now I'm not able to recall.
But did you hear what he said?
Exactly.
Not exactly. Okay. All right. No issues. Did you mention FPOs
Yes, sir.
or did you not?
Sir,
You did? Okay.
Farmers Producer Organizations.
Yes, yes. So I would like to hear from the gentleman just behind you. So
Sir,
tell me, sir, what do you know about farmer producer organizations?
Sir, FP, like first we have cooperatives. Cooperatives has a major limitation that they are not as much as professional like companies, and FPO is between companies and cooperatives, which has best features of both. Like it work for farmers, and it also have some professionalism and more profit oriented. Like they invest in marketing, they invest in uh, research, not research, but in marketing and in more labeling and that kind. So FPOs are organization of farmers between 10 to 20. Uh, they are this concept is given by SFAC of Ministry of Agriculture, and they uh, they make a group and sell their product.
So how does that help in the issue that she pointed out about the uh, having less land per capita?
Yes.
How does that help?
So actually, they pool their resources, like they
Right.
pool their
So,
land, and they
so
are not
this
as
is how maybe I would suggest you to go around if you are asked this question. First, you should mention the problems like she mentioned in the beginning. What problem you are trying to address, right? Then probably next you would try to explain the principle, what you're thinking about. So the problem would be the marginal farmers having lesser land than what is profitable. And the principle of addressing the issue would be coming together and pooling your resources, right? And then probably go towards more specific solutions which you see around you or probably have read in your newspapers like FPOs. So that will create a flow of information. सामने वाला समझ भी जाएगा, and you will be able to conclude on a much better note and much positive note rather than wandering aimlessly here and there. Then once you are dealt with one aspect, it's possible that the interviewer wants to listen more. Then you can move on to the next aspect. Right? What's your name?
Mahesh.
Mahesh. Well done, Mahesh. Good. So I think we have discussed enough about how you should tackle the questions that are given to you in interviews and all. I think this much information is enough from my side, right? Rest is up to you how you practice. And again, I would like to state that communication is important, right? Choose a language that you are comfortable in, but make sure in that language you are an efficient communicator, right? And that skill doesn't happen or crop up overnight. Some people are gifted. Some people are gifted. They can communicate well since they were children, probably, But not everybody is that way. We understand. But this is also a skill that can be inculcated easily if one practices and one is consistent. And like I said, find good peers who are willing to give you that time, who are willing to spend that time with you, and who will give you good feedback and who will improve you, who will be a positive addition on your life, who will not bring you down. Right? Select those kind of people and make a habit of discussing. And then there are other aspects of personality test, which good mannerisms. Yes. So make sure that you are according due respect to the interviewer. You're not coming across as a person who is so sure of themselves that they cannot listen to anything else. We have some choices word for such people, but I'm not. I'm using a little bit balanced description. But sometimes such things happen that the interview board disagrees with you. Take that also in a good spirit, positive spirit. Maybe they want to teach you something. They're very senior people, right? Maybe they want to teach you something. Maybe they want to correct you something. Take it in a positive manner. Don't take it in a way that now that I've lost this attempt or सब खत्म हो गया ऐसा panic नहीं होना है उधर, ठीक है ना? Sometimes there are some stressful situations while you are doing an interview. The interview board sometimes says okay, thank you, we are done. So right when you are like, okay, I'm not done now, I'm running out of this room now, they call you back, right? And then suddenly your expressions change. And how do you take this situation? This did happen with me, so that's why like, I was. People are not खुशी तो नहीं होती है वापस बुलाया जा रहा है तो, लेकिन उसको भी किस तरह से आप लेते हैं, डील करते हैं, ये भी एक तरह का स्ट्रेसफुल सिचुएशन है, तो वो भी ऑब्जर्व किया जाता है ना? बी काम, कंपोज्ड, कॉन्फिडेंट, बट उस कॉन्फिडेंस में एरोगेंस नहीं हो, ऐसी कोशिश करिए, राइट? And all of you all have excellent personalities. Don't become insecure about yourself. Everybody has different personality. There is not a single mold out there which one can tell you that this succeeds and this does not. ऐसा नहीं है. At the end of the day, how you carry yourself, how positive you are, how confident you are, and how polite your mannerisms are, and how do you think? Is there a positive outlook in your thinking? Is there a progressive outlook in your thinking? Right? And whether you will be able to work towards the better advancement of the state of administration in our country, whether you will be an asset to the administration or not. Be mindful of that. Right? Thank you very much. And all the best to all of you. It was a pleasure meeting this very small and tight group. I really like such kind of gatherings because then we can really interact with each other, and it's much more fulfilling for me. I hope it was helpful for you as well. Right? So if you want to say something or ask something, so we will spend another 5 minutes on that.
The pointers that our opinion is balanced.
Yes.
This is something really problematic. Sometimes we go over the board.
Yes. So opinion, how do you make a balanced opinion, right? So it all depends on how do you read about that issue to begin with. If your knowledge is balanced, then your opinion will come out as balanced, right? If you read just one side of the problem and assume that there is no other side to it, right? So, for example, we go back to the issues that we discussed before, the pollution and the burning of crops, right? So, if one points out that the government is trying, but the farmers are not listening, right? And they leave it at that. That shows that you have not tried to understand the second side of the coin. So it all boils down of how well you try to build your understanding about the issue, and how well you read and try to get behind the issue and understand the people who are involved in that issue and what kind of how they think, right? So, what are the stakeholders in this issue? The farmers are there, the government is there, and we as citizens who are neither farmers nor government, right? So, what goes on in the minds of these stakeholders? Do you understand that? That's important. So, while reading and building your knowledge, you must keep this in mind. Anyone else?
Sorry, wanted to ask you whether education background is that much important that affects the mindset of the board.
I don't think so. I don't think so because you see, the it should not, right? And if somebody is prejudiced about somebody's educational background, I don't think that happens in UPSC interviews. It can happen somewhere else, but there is a very detailed procedure that is briefed to the interview board, and people are careful not to let these issues affect them.
Sir, why I'm asking because after my inter, I was preparing for MBBS medical,
Yeah.
medical entrance. Then I didn't select in that exam. I had joined for dental.
Okay.
I had joined and then I left. And again there is 3-4 years gap in that. And again I joined graduation in BSc graduation. So I am quite insecure about the class then what I will say. So
Sure, they might become curious about it, but I'm also sure that you have good reasons for your decisions that you took. And you see, you were very young, and maybe you took those decisions without realizing what was in store for you. And then after a while, you realized that you wanted to do something else, and you went ahead with that choice in your life. So this is something that you have in your life. It is part of you. So there is no need of being afraid of it or being insecure about it. I'm sure you have had good reasons about it. If somebody asks, make sure that you don't lose your composure and confidence, and tell them and explain it to them why you did what you did. Right? Yes? Anyone else? Done? So thank you very much for meeting me on Sunday. I had a pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
See you again.
thank you so
Bye
much.
bye.